Hello and welcome back to Book Rants. This is the first one for 2020. I enjoy doing them. I've got a few more books, mainly based on movie books. And this one, I'm going to have a bit of a rant because I've actually just watched the movie as well and its sequel. Now it's Independence Day. Dun, 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 dun. And iconic cover. It's proper cruddy that. It's got how much crud on it. It's just left my fingerprint. Now I've never actually even looked through this before. Sorry, in the background I'm just setting away a video. I've got this one off Matt Davies, I think, part of the collection. Turtles and Lost World Jurassic Park are on the way. But yeah, just sitting down here, killing some boredom. So making of ID4 Independence Day. ID4, I was talking to my friend Dan about this the other day. ID4, we don't celebrate Independence Day over here in the UK. And the ID4, when I was watching the audio commentary, listening to it actually, they were on about they just got the title, and they only got the title because of Bill Paxton's speech. God bless him. Bill Pullman's speech. Here we go. Massive scale. I mean, this is fucking well old. It's $8.99. What year is this? Doesn't say. The Making of Independence Day by Rachel Alberly and Vodka Elgin. Fucking my English is terrible. When was this fucking made? No idea. So I'm gonna guess about 95, 96. Obviously when the movie came out, it's an original book, you can tell by the print on it. So its contents are inside. So I'm gonna try and spizz around this week and see what I'm looking at. How it all started, the countdown. The idea, Roland Emmerich's, they'd done Stargate, and he got into a conversation about someone about aliens, if he believed in aliens, and the basis of this was based off the idea is, well, what happens one day you woke up and there was aliens? Will that day ever come in my lifetime? I'm not sure. And that's how it was born. That's the idea it was born. So some concept art there for artwork. ID4. No Independence Day on that one, obviously. Directors, Kurt Russell just made a quick appearance there. Obviously they go from Stargate into the idea. Direction to Love London's in there as well, yeah, because Universal Soldier was one of his as well. And the production team, obviously this is the groundbreaking when it came out. I mean, heavily trailered. I mean, I hope they bring back Elvis. I mean, there was a lot of it was just everywhere. You couldn't miss Independence Day. Jeff Goldblum, it was one of the biggest promoted movies I think after Jurassic Park. Me personally, it was just absolutely everywhere. And trailer to fuck. VHS countdown. I've got the VHS on here somewhere. I want to talk about the artwork, and there's an outtake. It came from outer space, so it's got the thing from another world, which is pretty cool, which is discontinued. Anyone who's collecting Blu-rays out there. Plan 9 from outer space. E.T. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The man who felt that Earth, the invasion of the body snatchers. It came from outer space. The War of the Worlds. So some of that there. Day 1, The Arrival. And wanted to point this out, like when the wipeout in New York, it's insane to think that the Twin Towers are still standing there, and the annihilation in New York. That's probably awesome, but it's also fucking freaky as fuck. When I was watching the movie back, I was like, whoa. So we've got Jeff Goldblum, we've got Will Smith. This is Will Smith's big breakout movie. He comes in it really late on. We've got Randy Quaid there as well. But yeah, Will Smith had just came off Bad Boys into this and was about to go to Men in Black. Jeff Goldblum, and it had his rise in the 80s, but obviously Jurassic Park was such a big hit, and he had been in The Lost World as well. You've got a picture of Jeff Goldblum there. Going on, his dad as well, who's not much older than Jeff Goldblum. They had to probably age him up. Both return for the sequel. Henry White, Fine, give up on his name. Obviously Mrs. Doubtfire and Our House. So just really getting to know the cast here. Bill Pullman, who returned for the sequel as well. Mary MacDonald. Mia Whiteman, obviously her character returns in the sequel. It's Will Smith there as well. Captain Stephen Hillard. It's got some Welcome to Earth. Vanessa J. Fox, she returned. And was obviously the expendable asset in the return. Harry Connick Jr., Matty Connor's hero. Ross Bragley. I mean, he's from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, isn't he? So his character returns. I watched Mars Attacks recently since this as well. Brent Spinner, obviously Star Trek Data. This book is just a fucking cast. I mean, look at how far we're in it. It's just cast. Randy Quaid, yep, okay. James Duvall. Day 2, The Attack. So some really good effects on it. The moon landing, you know, learned from Stanley Kubrick's quite well. The Destroyers. I never got that graph to have, the pink graph, and you know, what's that? The atmosphere in 22 minutes or 18 minutes or whatever it is, and you're like, every time I see that graph, I just can't work it out. It just breaks off. So there we go. It's really cool. I think the shot when Will Smith walks out and just looks, you know, there's some really great effects, especially when they're coming in. Obviously, the main effects was the blowing up of all the, like the White House and stuff like that. But like some of the the actual effects of the ships coming and all that's proper mint, like the sky, just like there. Digital effects and stuff like that. Destruction, repent, global destruction. The dog. I think everyone was concerned the dog was going to die, but the dog's died. I mean, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin definitely took over New York because Godzilla would follow the year after in production. So big scales, big demolish. This one really hit them big though. I mean, this just massive movie. The End of the World Party. It's a very cruddy book, this one. Come on, what else we got? More chaos, destruction, mini Statue of Liberty. That's a proper ominous shot when the Statue of Liberty is just like face down the water. It's almost like an homage to Planet of the Apes. Just showing you how they did some of the model work, which they did. They used a lot of model work, and it's not total CGI like its sequel. I think the sequel, the idea was good, the idea that they were going to go into a third one. But it just pulls the whole alien on you with the flying ships and the massive queen at the end. It just got a bit silly with the bus and stuff like that. And obviously writing Will Smith out, never a good thing, is it? You know. More of the model work. There's been a lot of model work on here. That video is still rendered. Did I render that in the right format? Hang on, 2 seconds. Yeah, it definitely did. Just taking ages. Alright then, so only some motorways. Oh, Stargate. So they must have hid that in the movie. A miniature Stargate poster. No, I didn't even see that in the movie, but yeah. Must be hidden in there. That's the White House. How they blew the White House up. The iconic scene. And it's a shame it's a book in it. But look at that. It's like the iconic bit, and it's like, oh yeah. Just like, no, it's right bang in the middle. That's a total seal. I mean, design of the aliens are pretty cool as well. Eeriness. I remember trying to play the computer game. It's just terrible. More of the aliens, more of the creatures itself. Close Encounters. When they brought the pop finals out, the chase was the alien popping out, which was pretty cool. Day 3, The Attack. Again, concept art of Area 51. The spaceship itself that had to be broke up in parts. It was that heavy. I did take a lot in from the audio commentary. More of Area 51. Did a look that. He was taking well ages to render. The Attacker. The Desert. The Alien. The Shootout. They arrived, they attacked. July 4th is our Independence Day. So yeah, there's Bill Pullman's speech. Didn't even realise that was going to happen right there and then. In the air. Little model work. I mean, $8.99 book back in the day. Space rocket, spacecrafts. I remember that scene there. I remember sitting watching this for Raoul and his mum and that back then. And I don't think she was paying that much attention to it. And she'd fire at Will, and she'd hope he ducks. I was like, fucking hell. Will Smith, let's fire at Will. I was like, fucking, it's quick that, or it's funny, or it's stupid at the same time. Yeah, spaceship, the mothership. Final attack. Shooting out airplanes, taking off just in time. And the virus, the end game. Yeah, really tells the story. Some concept art there in the background. But for a book rant, it was good. When I watched the movie, I was absolutely blown away by the movie. And then I watched the second one straight after, and I just the hype was just not there. It was too clean. But the first movie, for when it was made, you know, the ensemble cast they're bringing in, and just, you know, stretching the special effects, but, you know, it's one of them hybrids where there were a perfection of model making, and it was just before they totally start wiping all the CG out. It's really funny. Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum are really good in it. They've never worked together since, but seem to work really well. Bill Pullman, he delivers an amazing speech in the movie. There's a lot of cast in the background of like extra faces. It's got a big, you know, big cast in that, and just the devastation in it. But yeah, it's pretty good. And in the outtakes, I'm gonna have a rant about the covers. So, if you buy an Independence Day, it looks a bit like that. ID4 Independence Day, so it's just an ominous blue colour. And we've had some spaceships and helicopters thrown in on here, so this is the new edition. This game, picked this up when Independence Day 2 was at the pictures. Just on the cheap now. Independence Day, let's go back. So there we go, there's a cover. Okay. Independence Day, and I like that cover. It's exactly what it was on the front cover. That the VHS was blue. I do have one of the VHS with a holographic front where you turn it slightly like that, and the White House explodes. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Independence Day. Shit over it. That's all you need to know. It's a 12. Will Smith on the background. It's a very bad picture of Will Smith like that. But yeah, it comes in. It's got a blue disc inside. 57 chapter selections. Wow, that is a lot of fucking chapters for a movie. And inside, pretty cool artwork inside actually on that one. Nice blue ship blowing up in New York. I mean, that's a really nice shot as well on that one. So yeah, anyway, this one's been knocking around the room for a while, and going back to that, I love a good rant about stuff, and I'm still not sure about this video render in the background, but it's definitely rendered on the right thing. Here we go. We've got Independence Day. White House blown up, which again was on the VHS. Floating heads have appeared. Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum. Very bad choppy heads in my opinion. And on the back we've just got an eerie spaceship, so it's got a very bleak background. This has no additional features on from the one I shipped through. It doesn't have a chapter selection. It looks like the same disc at all, so that's what we started getting. Again, Will Smith. Probably an early one, but then we got this one, and this one really gets us, because it looks like the known Will Smith Independence Day. Now these are all UK releases. These are not bootlegs in any way, shape or form. But like, so what the fuck? I mean, the spaceship's totally gone. The world is on fire like the known. And on the back we've got this exactly the same shot we had on that, but it's in red. But this has the special features, and inside it's got the same disc. So it's like, what the fuck? Really? Oh, yeah. It's really weird. Right, thanks for watching Book Rants. There's a couple, just me sitting here, normally just waiting while stuff renders and reminiscing on all these books. But it's been pretty cool to pick that one up, get it done. And I think I've got like Lost World, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a couple of books over there as well, so I'll get back to them. But again, I was really disappointed with the sequel. I can actually put this back on the shelf now. I just picked it up, and I think they should just paid Will Smith to be in the movie. You know, Will Smith could have had another adventure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
And now, the end is here.